Hello and welcome back to Strawman Gaming for a very special late night jazz edition of Dead Cells. This is Strawman Gaming, I am your Strawman. And I've made some poor choices with regards to sleep pattern today. So it is currently 3:46 in the morning, I can't sleep. So rather than going to bed and forcing myself, I thought, I'll do something that makes me want to embrace the sweet release of death. So I thought, I'll play Dead Cells, that's exactly what I'll do. And I was due to play it anyway. I've run out of backlog because I only had 2 episodes. Okay, it started as we mean to go on. Poorly. I started poorly. I may continue to do poorly, but I don't know. Yeah, I only had 2 episodes because, like I say, I find roguelikes very tiring to play. The whole starting from the beginning again is just... it's just a mechanic that, while I approve of it for the game, I don't always fancy it. Like, if I've invested half an hour in a run, I just don't want to do it again. Like, I hate... how do I get this off the screen? There we go. I just don't want to do it. Like, if I ever have to restart a game because it's crashed or the save file's corrupted, I know roguelites are different because it's different every time. But I don't like replaying content. And I always feel like I am just replaying content in a roguelike. Even though I'm not, even though it's procedure generated, and that's the whole point. It's always different. It's always a different set of weapons and skills, and enemies and different paths. My brain is still hard-coded to tell me, you've done this, why are you wasting your time doing this? You could be playing a new game, not the same one you've already completed, or died 22 minutes into. But in any case, my normal routine is to record 7 episodes in one day, back to back, and then I'm free of that game for the rest of the week, essentially. So I can record Dark Souls on a... Ow. Oh, he stuns me. Record Dark Souls on a Sunday, what I'm playing like Talos Principle on a Monday, and Dead Cells kind of every second day, do a couple of runs, that way I don't get too frustrated by it. Toxic Sewers. Could do. Probably won't. I will eventually, because I think you have to go that way to unlock the Mummy Rub, which is our next kind of Metroidvania style upgrade that lets us unlock more content. But for the minute, I'm happy to just do the easy way. Get some more runs under my belt, get some more competency, get some sleep. I'm very lucky one day. It's very close. So what were the poor sleeping decisions we made? Well, we decided that instead of, going to bed like adults, what we do is have a nap on the couch at about 6 in the afternoon, wake up at about 11. Real healthy, life-improving stuff. But I was going to say it was a good nap. It kind of wasn't. The dog was in the way, so didn't have any leg room, so I kind of woke up with my knee bent the wrong way and cold feet. So that one is objectively better. As much as I understand why they've done it, the 15% is a lot less than 40% extra damage. So it kind of bugs me. It's better. What they've done is better, because before it was just you were too motivated to stack one stat. But, 15% is not a lot. Well, it isn't. It's one of those things that isn't a lot. If someone, I don't know, I always find, if I work 15% less hours, I would get paid a staggeringly reduced amount of money in my eyes. But if I worked 15% extra, my wages would go up by almost nothing. I mean, that's objectively untrue. It is the same. But, the way we perceive value and costs isn't one-to-one. Let's do both. Let's do one of each. And I know that's stupid, because I'm like, 15% is not a lot, then 15% twice is obviously the better decision, but I prefer versatility. And I've unlocked, I'm going to unlock the infantry bow when we get to the man, what's he called, the collector, the douche guy. Oh, sorry, the turkey-based, I think we styled him as. And when you unlock something, it drops, so I should get an infantry bow, which, when used at close range, causes crits. so that would have taken less hits, so that's probably better. So the mummy robe over there has a... what do they call it? The sinew cutter? It used to be called horizontal turret, which wasn't exactly evocative or sexy, but you know it. I knew what it did. It was a turret that fired horizontally, and it was the alternative to the vertical turret. Was there a vertical turret? I understood it. You know, it was a name that did everything a name needs to do. I think another example of a great name that's just extremely literal. And the thing that comes back to mind is like Ronsealed is exactly what it says in the tin, but that's Ronseal, you know, deck paint. Paints decks. You know, it's not Ronseal. Are we done? I guess Kerbal Space Program, because it's a space program for Kerbals. You know, that could not be any more literal. I am indeed back. I want my infantry bow. Have I... oh, I've already unlocked it. Now I'm sad. Okay. In that case, we are going to work on... Health Flask. Because, you know, you get 2 heals, so, you know, potentially can go twice as far. Mutagen Man. I wish these were a bit more randomized. I've used a skill once, but that is a really good improvement. Let's go with the double ammunition, because that's you know, a sizable change. So use Y, use your triggers. There's only 4 attack buttons and a roll and a jump, but I still get confused. So the bear traps are really good. You know, if you bear trap and then use your bow, you know, you're laughing because they literally can't hit you unless they've got ranged attacks. And they take additional damage, so you do seem to be highly motivated to do that. So that's good. And the grenade scales with purple and red, so that should do decent damage because they're both at 2. Which isn't the same as having it at 4. I think it's because it's +1/+1, so it's the same as having 2 of either one stat that scales with it, and only it. Can I get up here? Oh, I'd have to go along the outside. Oh, slightly tricky. Well, by slightly tricky, I mean excruciatingly easy. I'm annoyed he managed to hit me at all there. Biters! I didn't realise. It must be the infantry grenade, or the... what gives me biters? Biters, infantry grenade. So, kill things with the infantry grenade. So a few hits with the bow, and then infantry grenade, for maximum biterage. Did I go down? Yeah, it was the time door. Yeah, okay. It's really annoying. Like, I know that button has to be there, but I feel like they could put it on the right-hand side, so you know you have it there as an option, rather than you'll automatically bring the lift up and waste your own time. Ooh, a chest. Good. What do we get? So it says damage plus 25%. I don't know whether that means... all damage goes up by 25%? It does seem a lot better than the bear traps. Okay, so we just use them to do passive damage and then kill them with the grenade to get biters. Nothing's really changed. Apart from we've got a little bit less crowd control. But again, I don't know anything of the meta. You know, we said we'd look at this because there's a new content patch. I'm not going to see any of that content for quite a while, I would imagine. You know, I've seen... when I first got this game, I got to the first boss and died to it twice, and I left it alone. Now, at that point there was a second boss. I think they've added 2 more bosses since then. Ooh, an elite. Right, let's clear out all the nonsense first. Oh, that's why. I'm not a fan of what happened there. I'm not even sure I know what happened there. Well, I got hit a lot, but I got kind of I forget the assassin. I don't know if they're called assassins, but the teleport guys can teleport. Yes. Oh, my biters. There's gold up there, so I'm going up there. It's just a regular zombie. He says it immediately devastates me. Great. I do have a very sleepy brain. Although not sleepy enough to sleep, of course. So there's kind of a confluence of factors there where things went wrong. That's only 12 minutes of gameplay, so I'll crawl back into my festering corpse of a body, pick up my money, and get back to it. Why does this keep coming back? I don't think I'm knocking it. But, you know, it may well be. Or maybe it's when you die, or when you bring up an inventory screen, it has to come back. Malachite. Which, I know it's correct, but it still sounds weird to me. I think maybe someone I didn't really know what they were talking about said Malachite to me once, and I was like, oh, that must be true. Is there a Pokemon called Malachite? That'd be weird, but... I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it would certainly be weird. A little disappointed by that damage. The thing is, because, as I said, you know, you have the health regen mechanic, where if you deal damage shortly after taking damage, it reduces the amount of damage you took effectively, because, you know, you can claim some of it back. So it really does incentivize playing aggressively, which I haven't necessarily been doing. But I think the less I think about it, the better I play. I mean, we haven't really demonstrated that, and I have no real reason to think it, but I feel like it's just a blade here. Is it better? This is what gives you carefully balanced to allow consecutive rapid strikes. Does that mean just attacks? Oh, it just attacks more quickly. Okay. So each attack does less damage, but it can do more of them. Higher DPS. You know, I'll always go for higher DPS. Unless it's that giant broadsword thing, because that has got me killed many times. I'm a coward. I am. I know I am, but I'm like, I'm used to hitting things with swords. It makes sense to me. You know, the bow kind of just, I don't know, it confuses me. So I've got quite a lot of money. I've got ice grenade and bear trap. So that kind of incentivizes me to take purple. Sorry, tactics? I don't know. Very thirsty. I just had a cheese toasty. Well, I won't say a cheese toasty because people get very upset. It was a cheese and ham melt, because apparently that's a thing people get upset about on the internet these days. Is the whether the cheese toasty is a cheese toasty if it has anything else in it. Apparently it isn't. But I have no horse in that fight, so if that's the ruling, that's the ruling. But you know, things like tuna melt. That sounds right. But ham and cheese melt. I don't know. Ham and cheese toasty. Sounds more correct to me. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it sounds more correct. Are you going to be a trap chest? No, you're going to give me a shield I don't want. When it's help up. It's meant to be a held. Okay, it is early access, so let's not forget. So let's just pick it up just to show. So when you hold it out, it only absorbs 7% of damage. That's a terrible shield. Oh, but if you get... Okay, so if you parry... I'm not going to do that. If you've seen my Dark Souls series, you'll know I'm not really one for parrying. Because, well, I use a great shield, so I can't parry, but even if I didn't, I wouldn't be parrying, because it's very high risk, but very high reward. In my experience. It's high risk, idiotic, no reward, because I'm just crap. So when this first came out, people were like, oh, the shields are terrible, and they got patched and they got made better. So that shield you're seeing would appear to be, that's a shield been made better, and it still looks really bad to me. I don't get it. Maybe, you know, one run when I'm a bit more established and a bit more comfortable with what I'm doing, I'll give them a go and, you know, see what we can do with them. But at the minute, I'm just like, the need to survive is too great. So everything's purple except my weapon. So we'll go tactics. Why is my bow stun? Maybe it's one of those things like if you hit someone when they're in an attack animation cycle, it'll stun them. Maybe I should have just read. Okay, it doesn't say. Use your triggers, use your triggers, use your bear traps. Oh, do I get another thing? He wasn't there last time. Was he? I feel like he wasn't there last time. We did get a broadsword from him the first time, but yeah, he does look more dead to me as well. I don't know whether I just have that idea planned in my head. Keep doing this. Eventually, when you start to do well, you get more and more cells because you kill more and more. And you know, a 2-hour run's going to get you maybe, I don't know, 60 cells. Whereas a 12-minute one will get you 12. I wonder if that scales kind of 1-to-1, like 1 per minute. No, we're 6 minutes into this and we had like, well, maybe 6, maybe 8, I don't remember. So, do you know what, let's go with the respawn, just because I'm an absolute coward. And it probably is the better noob choice, because the brutality will make me want to be too aggressive. The bow thing... Oh no, that... Should have gone the bow thing. Although, I need to learn to use my... I was going to say, I never use my trigger attacks anyway, so... It would have been very little benefit to me. But I shouldn't reward that behavior. Should just learn to... I thought I had a bear trap ready. Can you teleport over here? You guys mind flood me so intensely. What? I don't know what yeah, I recognise that they are probably the hut. Oh, that's cool. The balance blade lets you do like some in-air juggling nonsense. I recognise they are probably the hardest enemy we've fought so far. But they shouldn't be as hard as that. They're just a basic enemy. Yeah, that's shot. Okay, you can do this. What is happening right now? I don't know, the mind flood is so real. Why are you fighting a single enemy? Oh, you missed with the thing. Okay, well, you're just doomed. There's a bat. Nah, fam, you're done. So here's tactics. Not even close. Okay. I don't know if you can get crushed by lifts, but if you can, I almost did. I have no healing items left. That's good. Who needs them? Getting hit is for the stupid and the weak. Just constant. Bloody bastards. goes to a mummy rub, if I remember correctly. Yep, okay, so that always does that. Save myself some time in the future. I wish I'd taken that recharge reduction. Would this even be smart? Because he's just going to teleport up here. I'm just going to wait. We can wait 3 seconds. Oh yeah, I get to pick up the sandals again and not cash them in. Now I'm going to... Nope, nope, give me the sandals. Sandals will save me. So you know when I go quiet that stuff's kicking off and I'm not coping with it very well. How did I not see that? I don't know, I'm just not seeing the board well in this game anymore. The first week of playing it, I thought I did really well. I was made progress, I got to the first boss on my second run, and now I'm just complete train wreck. That's the oil sword. You combine that with some sort of fire damage. You can oil enemies, and they take increased damage. Okay, I'd love to get to the end. I'd love to hand in these things, and I'd like to heal, and I'd like the chance of continuing on with my life. I don't know if the end is up or down. I guess you just keep on keeping on and see where you're at. I'd love, you know, a wall chicken, I'd love a wall kebab, I'd love any sort of healing item, I'd love not to die to these spikes. I think I have fairly simple, just heal me a bit. Yeah, we all knew I was going to do it. Okay, so I get me like 4 health extra? That's good. I'd like to continue to not die to those spikes. So we must be, can't be, perhaps it can be a lot further. I've got a respawn though, let's not forget that. So if it all goes terribly wrong, when it all goes terribly wrong, I've got a get out of jail relatively free card. One. Okay. It heals you, what, like a quarter of the way? Hate them, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them all. Die, 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 die. I think these birds also hit really hard because their attacks are so telegraphed that the gliders are like, nah, if you get hit by that, then you're just done. Okay, so this, I don't know what that is. It looks really good. Like, it looks like a crossbow or a really weird short hammer. I don't honestly know which. Do I even want to know what's down here? Probably a shop? I don't think shops can contain health or healing items. Hello, my faithful dog friend. I know I'm talking to people on the internet that you can't see, and it's very confusing. But don't worry, I'll be dead soon, and I can let you out, or we can play, or whatever it is you're looking for. Oh my goodness. How did I heal? Oh, because I died. I remember. Oh, I know, you're adorable. He just wants attention. He's asleep on the couch on the wall. Well, it probably is it. Oh, we'll find out what you are, won't we? Because I died. Because I'm not a good boy. No, I'm not. Well, that's the end of the episode. If you enjoyed it somehow, click that like button, leave a comment down below saying what you enjoyed about it. If you didn't like it, hit that dislike button, leave a comment down below saying what you didn't like about it. I make new content every single day. So if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. This has been Strawman Gaming. I'm your Strawman, and I will see you tomorrow.